100.7 KPXI, Overton, Henderson.
Today's stars and legends.
The following live program is presented as a public service to the voters of Rusk County. All candidates on the March 4th primary ballot have been invited to speak live on the air and to present their platform to you, the listening public. Candidates are not charged any fees for this service, nor is this radio station accepting any commercial sponsorships during this live event. Candidates will be introduced in the order in which their name appears on the ballot and will have up to 5 minutes to present their platform. This is a presentation-only event. No questions will be asked of the candidates. You can watch this event live on our website, easttexastoday.com. And good evening. I'm David Jacobs. We're just after 6 o'clock and time to begin our political forum. Our first speaker this evening will be a candidate for State Representative District 11, Tony Sevilla. Mr. Sevilla, you have 5 minutes.
Thank you. My name is Tony Sevilla, and I am running for State Representative. Let me tell you about myself. But first of all, I want to thank you all for tuning in and listening to this. Like I said, my name is Tony Sevilla, and I am running for State Representative. When I was 5 years old, I had a dream of becoming like George Washington. He was the leader of our country, the founding father of our nation. At 5, I believe that our leaders should have the kind of characteristics that he had: bravery, leadership, honor, trust. And so growing up, I continued to follow that goal of, being the kind of man George Washington was. So in middle school, I still wanted to get into politics. High school, I still wanted to get into politics. But then when I graduated, I realized, you know what? Let me go to work first and then go to college. So for a year and a half, I worked full-time and went to school part-time. And then I decided, it's time to follow that dream again of going into politics. So I packed my bags and moved to Austin. I enrolled at Austin Community College, went and got my foot in the door in politics. While working at the Capitol for Representative Griggs, my first legislative session, I met Chuck Hobson. Chuck is a great guy. Always caring, always being helpful, and he even invited me to go out to eat with him during session. We went to the Texas Chili Parlor. That is a very, very liberal restaurant, but like Chuck said, it's a Capitol experience. So while there at the Capitol, I got to know Chuck, and he took me under his wings and showed me how you represent the district that elected you. So after my first legislative session and learning a lot about government and how it works, I went and applied for a state senator. There, I got my foot in. There, I learned about education, higher ed, public education, and also got to see how the budget works and what needs to be done when it comes to taxpayer dollars. So here's my platform. After 3 legislative experiences, after understanding how the government is ran, this is what I want to do as your next state representative. I want to reduce welfare. No longer should people on welfare eat better than working class people. It's not fair that working people can eat steak, but yet people on welfare can't. We're the ones that are having to pay taxes. We're the ones sacrificing for our families. And I don't think that's right. Also, I want to eliminate property taxes. Why is it that property owners have the burden of the majority of the taxes in the state of Texas? Why don't we go to a broad-based sales tax? That way, there are no exemptions and everybody pays their fair share through sales tax. No longer will property owners have the burden to take care of everyone else. Also, let's put God and prayer back in school. Why is it that the federal courts and the federal government can say, no, that child cannot pray, or that teacher cannot have a poster of any religious representation? I disagree. Why don't we allow the voters of each school district to vote on whether they want to have God back in their public schools? And also, another important issue, illegal immigration. Why is it that people are coming over and not wanting to go through the legal process? Why do they not want to be Americans? Why is it that people who go through the process, why is it that they don't have the same advantages? Why do they get skipped by other individuals who came here illegally? Let's stop that. Let's secure our borders. Let's take away those programs that benefit illegal immigrants. And I'm not against immigration. I just want them to go through the right process. I want them to learn English. I want them to pay taxes. And I want them to become Americans. Because isn't that what America was built on, was immigrants? The American dream is about hard work. It's not about taking advantage of working people in the United States. So this election, vote for somebody that's going to represent you, the working people. Because without someone who understands what you go through, nothing will ever change in Austin. Again, remember, when you go vote, you're voting to reduce welfare, eliminate property taxes, put God back in school, and tackle illegal immigration. So your vote for me, Tony Savella, will help make these things happen. Thank you.
You're listening to the KPXI FM Political Forum. This live program is presented as a public service to the voters of Rusk County. All candidates on the March 4th primary ballot have been invited to speak live on the air. Candidates are not charged any fees for this service, nor is this radio station accepting any commercial sponsorships during this live event. You can watch this event live on our website, easttexastoday.com. Early voting for the March 4th primary election is now underway and continues until February 28th. Voting at the election office is from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. weekdays, and on Saturday, February 22nd from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m., and on Sunday, February 23rd from noon until 5 p.m. Branch early voting will be 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. on the following schedule: February 18th and 19th, County Barn Precinct 4, February 20th and 21st, Mount Enterprise Community Center, February 24th and 25th, Tatum JP No. 2 Old Office, February 27th and 28th, Kilgore Substation. Election Day is March 4th. Our next speaker is State Representative District 11, Travis Clardy. Mr. Clardy, you have 5 minutes.
Thank you, David, and I want to appreciate the opportunity to be here and talk to the folks of Rusk County. I had a lot of folks. I really wasn't sure about doing this, but a lot of folks have encouraged me to do it and come up here. Several people have commented to me that I've got the perfect face for radio and that I really ought to take advantage of this opportunity. But it is a pleasure to be here and talk about the issues that are important to East Texas, important to all our communities throughout Rusk County, throughout East Texas. It's been a real enjoyable experience for me to get to know the people here in Henderson and in Tatum, and going around to all our spots up in Kilgore, New London, Overton, and Mount Enterprise. It's just a wonderful place to be. There's some important issues we need to work on. We go back next session in the 84th Legislature. I think we had a very strong session this last go-around. Again, I'm Travis Clardy, and I represent District 11. I had my first term last session. I'm from Nacogdoches and represent Cherokee and Nacogdoches from Rusk counties. And as your state representative, we tackle some tough issues on education. We tackle things that reduce the STARS test from 15 to 5. We got the 50-year water plan in place and created a way to fund that going forward so we can take care of the issues with the drought. We're working hard on transportation issues, and we've really went and worked on the things that you talked to me about when I ran 2 years ago. So that's what I plan on doing. I think my experience as a legislator has helped me in my private practice of law. I think me being a lawyer has helped me be a good legislator. But I think more than that, what's helped me is completing my education. Putting myself through college on a basketball scholarship where I met my wife, Judy, an All-American tennis player. And then from there, as we started our family and worked for other folks as a lawyer, and then started my own law firm and being our own small businessman and doing our own thing, learning how to sign both sides of a check. I think it makes me a more responsible legislator, understanding what's out there and the challenges that face people. And it's also taught me that the values that we cherish in East Texas about family, about faith, about our constitutional rights, and what we've sacrificed and what's been done for us to get us to this point is worth fighting for today. And so I'm proud to be your voice in Austin, Travis Clardy, to go down to fight the good fight for East Texas and make sure we have an effective voice. As I've told folks, I wanted you to have somebody to be from East Texas, to be from District 11, that when I stood up, you'd see me, and when I spoke up, you'd hear me. And I can promise you I did that in the 83rd legislature, and I'm looking forward to doing it in the 84th. I've learned a lot, and I really want to go back and put those lessons into play, into work, into service for you. And again, this isn't about me. What it is about is me representing you. And I truly believe I am representative of you, that we share those same values, those same interests, and that's what I'm going to do going back in the 84th. And I encourage all of you to reach out, look at our website, www.travisfortexas.com. Check us out on Facebook. You can learn more about our campaign, more about us. You can see the pictures. Email us, call us, come visit us, because that's how I learn how best to do my job. And don't be surprised when you come meet me that when you walk in, I'm going to be the one to stand up for you, because that's my job. I don't expect you to stand up for me. It's supposed to be the other way around. I'm your public servant. That's the job I've sworn to do as your state representative, and I'm going to continue to do it. Again, I encourage all of you to vote for Travis Clardy, State Representative, House District 11. Thank you very much.
You're listening to the KPXI FM Political Forum. This live program is presented as a public service to the voters of Rusk County. All candidates on the March 4th primary ballot have been invited to speak live on the air. Candidates are not charged any fees for this service, nor is this radio station accepting any commercial sponsorships during this live event. You can watch this event live on our website, easttexastoday.com. Early voting for the March 4th primary election is now underway and continues until February 28th. Voting at the election office is from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. weekdays, and on Saturday, February 22nd from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m., and on Sunday, February 23rd from noon until 5 p.m. Branch early voting will be 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. on the following schedule: February 18th and 19th, County Barn Precinct 4; February 20th and 21st, Mount Enterprise Community Center; February 24th and 25th, Tatum JP No. 2 Old Office; February 27th and 28th, Kilgore Substation. Election Day is March 4th. Our next speaker will be Amy Medford, candidate for District Clerk, 4th District. Ms. Medford, you have 5 minutes.
Okay, thank you. Good evening. My name is Amy Whetstone Medford, and I've lived in Rusk County my entire life. I am a 1988 Henderson High School undergraduate. I'm married to Everett Medford, and we have 3 boys, Caleb, Jacob, and Bryce. I'm a member of the Mount Hebrew Missionary Baptist Church, where I serve as one of the youth leaders there. I've been working for the county going on 19 years in the auditor's office. There, my job requirements are accounts payable. We do auditing various offices that's taking in the money, making sure that they make timely deposits or there's no misappropriation of the funds, making sure we maintain all the inventory records. I think that working in the county auditor's office has allowed me to develop a good working relationship with all the other elected officials, the county judges, and the commissioners. I'm excited about this office. I'm excited to learn the laws of the court. I feel like that being in the auditor's office does qualify me for this position. Some people think that maybe I should, or some people feel that you should be in that office in order to obtain that position. But we have many elected officials now that were not in the office currently and that are serving in different various offices now today. So I think the auditor's office, understanding the county government and being familiar with the financial qualifies me. I am a hard worker. I am a quick learner, fast learner, and I have good working skills and relationships with the others. I understand the budget and how important it is to stay within the budget that has been set by the Commissioner's Court. I also feel that not being in that office gives me an advantage and a good eye, a fresh eye to see the things that's going on, any changes that need to be made. I can look at things differently than someone that's already in that office, maybe, is what I feel that I can do. I feel this is a great opportunity for me to advance. When the position came open, I was excited and I prayed about it and I asked the Lord to give me a sign that this is what I need to do. And I prayed for something specific and that sign was given to me. And so I was gonna go out and try for this. I mean, I'm excited to learn. It's a new phase for me, new things to learn, but I'm confident in my abilities to learn. And I feel that I can do this job. And I'm just asking everyone for their prayers and their support and their vote. I am committed to fulfill the duties of the district clerk, to operate the office efficiently and responsibly with courteous professionalism, dedicated to integrity, and to continue to work well with all the elected officials, the sheriff's office and the DA's office, because I know that'll be part of my job. And I just want to thank all those that are out there that are supporting me and encouraging me. And I think that's all I have to say. And I just appreciate everyone and thank you very much.
Thank you. You're listening to the KPXI FM Political Forum. This live program is presented as a public service to the voters of Rusk County. All candidates on the March 4th primary ballot have been invited to speak live on the air. Candidates are not charged any fees for this service, nor is this radio station accepting any commercial sponsorships during this live event. You can watch this event live on our website, easttexastoday.com. Early voting for the March 4th primary election is now underway and continues until February 28th. Voting at the election office is from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. weekdays, and on Saturday, February 22nd from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m., and on Sunday, February 23rd from noon until 5 p.m. Branch early voting will be 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. on the following schedule: February 18th and 19th, County Barn Precinct 4, February 20th and 21st, Mount Enterprise Community Center, February 24th and 25th, Tatum JP No. 2 Old Office, February 27th and 28th, Kilgore Substation. Election Day is March 4th. You're tuned to the heartbeat of East Texas, KPXI. Our next speaker this evening is candidate for District Clerk, 4th District, Sharon Collins. Ms. Collins, you have 5 minutes.
My name is Sharon K. Collins, and I'm pleased to announce my candidacy for the office of the District Clerk. I'm a Republican, and I've lived in Rusk County since 1973, and I've worked with public service for the last 30 years. My career with the District Clerk's office started in July of 1993 as a deputy in the District Clerk's office. I was promoted to an office supervisor in 1995 And down in the county court at law and child support division, I was promoted to chief deputy position in 2007, and that's where I still hold that position. My duties are filing of divorces and adoptions, child protective cases, and child support cases through Attorney General's office, as well as setting up child support cases through the state of Texas. While working in the district clerk's office, my duties have been to work with the jury duty, the civil cases, and the criminal cases. I believe that a person seeking the office of district clerk should have some experience and have worked in that office. I have that experience and I am qualified for that job after serving for 21 years in the district clerk's office. I've attended seminars throughout the state of Texas and attended state conferences. I am elected, and if I'm elected, I will make every effort to continue with things as they are that are already in progress, such as filing paperwork electronically and whatever we can do that can save the taxpayers and the citizens of Rusk County money. My husband and I have been married for 12 years, and Floyd has been in business in Henderson since 1968. He is owner of Clean Car Company. I believe that it is a God-given privilege to be able to vote in a country like America. I promise the residents of Rusk County that I will run an efficient and a friendly office that you deserve from your clerk's office. I humbly ask that you will and appreciate your support, and please vote for me in the March 4th primaries, and also early voting starts today and it will run through the 28th of this month. Thank you very much for your time, and I appreciate all the help that anyone can give me to become the next district clerk. Thank you.
You're listening to the KPXI FM Political Forum. This live program is presented as a public service to the voters of Rusk County. All candidates on the March 4th primary ballot have been invited to speak live on the air. Candidates are not charged any fees for this service, nor is this radio station accepting any commercial sponsorships during this live event. You can watch this event live on our website, easttexastoday.com. Early voting for the March 4th primary election is now underway and continues until February 28th. Voting at the election office is from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. weekdays, and on Saturday, February 22nd from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m., and on Sunday, February 23rd from noon until 5 p.m. Branch early voting will be 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. on the following schedule: February 18th and 19th, County Barn Precinct 4, February 20th and 21st, Mount Enterprise Community Center, February 24th and 25th, Tatum JP No. 2 Old Office, February 27th and 28th, Kilgore Substation. Election Day is March 4th. And our next speaker is candidate for District Clerk, 4th District, Terry Purtle Willard. Ms. Willard, you have 5 minutes.
I appreciate this opportunity to share with you some things that are important to me. This campaign journey began with the retirement of my boss, the former Rusk County District Clerk, Gene Hodges. It was encouragement from family and friends that know my work ethics and how I care about the district clerk's office that prompted the next step, and that was lots of prayers. I knew running for this elected position would be a tremendous commitment on my part, as well as my family. And the only way I was willing to proceed was by knowing this is what my Lord and Savior wanted me to do. So here I am, and I would like to share with you a few things about myself and why I'm running for Rusk County District Clerk. And to begin with, my husband is Kenny Willard, and together we have 3 children. And that's Jessica Willard, Jamie Holland, and Jalen Holland. My maiden name is Terry Purtle, and my parents are Bobby and Jean Purtle. I've lived in Rusk County my entire life, and I'm a graduate of Henderson High School and Kilgore College. I worship and fellowship at Bar None Cowboy Church. Prior to working in the district clerk's office, I worked for over 8 years with Jacob's Water Supply. I was responsible for all office procedures. Examples of my responsibilities were organizing water board meetings, setting up new accounts, receiving and posting all payments for the water system, taking care of banking transactions, and working with customers. I am very proud of being responsible for implementing the electronic billing process for the water system. I was also a realtor with Community Real Estate. Being a realtor required me to pass state mandated courses as well as extensive licensing exams. I learned the importance of correct, precise legal documents that follow the rules and regulations of the state. Just like a realtor, district clerks are required to maintain continuing education hours, which will keep me informed of changes from the state. My previous work history helped establish work ethics that carried over to my current position of Chief Deputy with the Rusk County District Clerk's Office. Working in the office for which I am seeking election is truly an asset. The past 7 years have prepared me by being familiar with the duties of the district clerk. I am also familiar with the everyday filings and office procedures. This knowledge will enable me to help with daily office work when needed, as well as make for a smooth transition to district clerk. I would also like for you to know that I enjoy my job. I love working in the district clerk's office, and I care about this office. I'm very thankful for this opportunity to step up, fill this vacancy, and move to the leadership position of the district clerk. I will do my best to run an office that works well with each other departments, and be helpful and courteous to customers. I will also work to be fair with personnel issues. Most of all, I will be proud to represent you, Rusk County, as your new district clerk. Thank you for voting for me, Terry Purtle Willard, in the March 4th Republican primary. Thank you.
You're listening to the KPXI FM Political Forum. This live program is presented as a public service to the voters of Rusk County. All candidates on the March 4th primary ballot have been invited to speak live on the air. Candidates are not charged any fees for this service, nor is this radio station accepting any commercial sponsorships during this live event. You can watch this event live on our website, easttexastoday.com. Early voting for the March 4th primary election is now underway and continues until February 28th. Voting at the election office is from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. weekdays, and on Saturday, February 22nd from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m., and on Sunday, February 23rd from noon until 5 p.m. Branch early voting will be 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. on the following schedule: February 18th and 19th, County Barn Precinct 4, February 20th and 21st, Mount Enterprise Community Center, February 24th and 25th, Tatum JP No. 2 Old Office, February 27th and 28th, Kilgore Substation. Election Day is March 4th. And our next speaker is County Treasurer candidate Andy Vinson. Mr. Vinson, you have 5 minutes.
Hello. Well, I'd like to thank everyone for joining us tonight and tuning in and listening. I think this is very important in the democratic process for us all to get our views out there and be heard by the people. So thank you again. I believe I'm the best candidate for this position because I have the qualifications for this office. For one thing, I'm a graduate of the University of Texas at Austin, and had a degree in finance. I also have 37 years of experience in the banking industry and with local banks here in town. I have proven that I work well with others, get along with just about anybody, and have had a lot of responsibility reporting to a president, CEO, and board of directors and outside auditors. So I'm well acquainted with the chain of command, and also have, I believe I have a lot of leadership ability. I have been president of several volunteer organizations in the community, including the Rotary Club and the Henderson Area Chamber of Commerce. As I said, my experience includes 37 years in the banking industry. In that time, I worked in operations in IT area. I have a lot of experience with computers and automation and project development. So I feel I'd be well qualified to look at ways that we could be more efficient in the treasurer's office. I've managed complex projects from start to finish. I think, if I'm elected, if the people elect me, that I will continue with all the legally required responsibilities of my office, which include receiving monies and putting them in the correct depository and reconciling that money. But as I mentioned, I also want to use my experience to make the office more efficient. I want to have an open door policy. I plan to would like to talk to anyone if they have any problems or concerns, and would enjoy that. I want to have a transparent office. I want to be able to utilize the website to post my my reports and so forth, so the public can get on there and actually see what's going on with your county government. I plan to work hard to keep policies and procedures up to date, so that if any employee is out, we have a relatively small department in the treasurer's office. So if any employee is out, I think that we all ought to be able to step in and fill that role. And I think that another thing that I think is very important is to have a good relationship with both the county employees and with the county elected officials. And I plan to work really hard to do that. I have a good relationship with them now. I know a lot of them from working in volunteer organizations in the community. So I would expect that to continue. And I would like to I would like for you to elect me to this office so that I can be of service and utilize my talents in the best way possible to improve this office. And I plan to earn the respect of all those in the courthouse and of the voters through my hard work. So thank you, and appreciate your vote.
You're listening to the KPXI FM Political Forum. This live program is presented as a public service to the voters of Rusk County. All candidates on the March 4th primary ballot have been invited to speak live on the air. Candidates are not charged any fees for this service, nor is this radio station accepting any commercial sponsorships during this live event. You can watch this event live on our website, easttexastoday.com. Early voting for the March 4th primary election is now underway and continues until February 28th. Voting at the election office is from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. weekdays, and on Saturday, February 22nd from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m., and on Sunday, February 23rd from noon until 5 p.m. Branch early voting will be 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. on the following schedule: February 18th and 19th, County Barn Precinct 4; February 20th and 21st, Mount Enterprise Community Center; February 24th and 25th, Tatum JP No. 2 Old Office; February 27th and 28th, Kilgore Substation. Election Day is March 4th. And our next speaker is County Treasurer and candidate Karen Dobbs Vaughn. Ms. Vaughn, you have 5 minutes.
Okay. Good evening. I am Karen Dobbs Vaughn, and I am your County Treasurer. I graduated from Henderson High School in 1982 as a valedictorian. In 1986, I graduated from Baylor University with a Bachelor of Business Administration degree in accounting. My degree in accounting from Baylor University and 23 years of county government experience, including the past 7 years serving as county treasurer, make me the best qualified candidate. My background prior to being elected county treasurer includes 16 years working in the county auditor's office. Those years of experience have helped me fulfill my responsibilities as county treasurer. While in the auditor's office, my first duty was payroll processing, which is now performed in the county treasurer's office. Also in the auditor's office, I managed accounts payable and audited the fees and fines collected by various county offices. Having a working knowledge of these things has been beneficial, since a core duty of the county treasurer is to receipt and disperse all county funds. Each year, as County Treasurer, I am required to obtain at least 20 certification hours of continuing education pertaining to the duties and responsibilities of my job. For the past 7 years, I have fulfilled this requirement by attending the County Treasurers Association of Texas conferences. These conferences provide valuable information not only for the core duties of the County Treasurer, but also for the human resources aspect of the County Treasurer's office. When re-elected as your County Treasurer, I will continue to serve the employees and the citizens of Rusk County to the best of my ability. For the past 7 years, I have listened to the concerns of the employees and tried to help them when they have questions about their benefits. The employees know if they have a question about anything related to their county benefits or paycheck that they can call my office and we will help them. Each year, I conduct open enrollment meetings for our employees to hear about their health insurance benefits, so they can make any changes they need to for the next year. These meetings allow the employees to make informative decisions about their benefits. In my 23 years of employment with the county, I have strived to have a good working relationship with all county employees, including elected officials. This is absolutely necessary to performing my duties as county treasurer. Processing the payroll would not be possible without cooperation and open communication between my office and all other departments. This not only ensures that each employee receives an accurate paycheck, but also that unemployment, workers' compensation, and retirement records can be maintained. A good working relationship with other elected officials is also very important when interacting with the citizens of Rusk County called to perform their civic duty. For many, jury service is the only time they will interact with their county government. Jurors for any county court are paid in cash instead of by check. For the past 7 years, I have worked together with the district clerk, district judge, district attorney, county court at law judge, county clerk, and all the justices of peace to ensure this process works efficiently. The three most important things about holding this office are being accountable to the taxpayers, being available to the employees, and serving the people of Rusk County to the best of my ability. I mentioned above that a core duty of the county treasurer is the receiving and dispersing of all county funds. This is millions of dollars a year, which have all been accounted for while I have been in office. Also, I have looked for ways to spend less of the taxpayers' dollars. My first year in office, I chose to purchase the 3 computers used in my office instead of leasing them, since the cost of a 1-year lease was about the same as the purchase price of a new computer. This saved the taxpayers thousands of dollars. Also, by paying the jurors in cash instead of by check has saved the county not only in the cost of the checks, but also in the cost of the postage to mail the checks. This is being accountable to the taxpayers. I also mentioned human resources, responsibilities of the county treasurer. To me, this is more than just making sure each employee receives their paycheck and maintaining their county benefits. It is making them feel important and that their opinions and concerns do matter. This is being available to the employees. Finally, when citizens show up for jury duty, it's not just about paying them cash for performing their civic duty. It can be letting them know where to park, or which door is the courthouse entrance, or simply greeting them with a smile. All these things are serving the people of Rusk County to the best of my ability. I have enjoyed serving as your county treasurer, and I would consider it an honor to be re-elected to another 4 years. I would appreciate your vote for re-election in the Republican primary on March 4th. Early voting began today and continues until February 28th. Remember, vote Vaughn to keep Karen Dobbs Vaughn your county treasurer. Thank you, Rusk County.
You're listening to the KPXI FM Political Forum. This live program is presented as a public service to the voters of Rusk County. All candidates on the March 4th primary ballot have been invited to speak live on the air. Candidates are not charged any fees for this service, nor is this radio station accepting any commercial sponsorships during this live event. You can watch this event live on our website, easttexastoday.com. Early voting for the March 4th primary election is now underway and continues until February 28th. Voting at the election office is from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. weekdays, and on Saturday, February 22nd from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m., and on Sunday, February 23rd from noon until 5 p.m. Branch early voting will be 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. on the following schedule: February 18th and 19th, County Barn Precinct 4; February 20th and 21st, Mount Enterprise Community Center; February 24th and 25th, Tatum JP No. 2 Old Office; February 27th and 28th, Kilgore Substation. Election Day is March 4th. And our next speaker is Justice of the Peace, Precinct 5, Judge Joe Sorrells. Mr. Sorrells, you have 5 minutes.
Thank you. I am Joe Sorrells. I'm currently serving as Justice of the Peace, Precinct 5, Rusk County. I was elected in 2011 and took office January 2011. My wife, Thelma Stafford Sorrells, and myself reside here in Henderson, she being a lifetime resident of Rusk County, whereas I was transferred from Nashville, Tennessee in 1969 with the Anderson Hickey Company. I'm real excited about making my first trip to Texas, coming west. I wasn't real sure I was going to be here many years when I first arrived in Henderson, but after taking roots, as she calls it, I'm now a full-fledged citizen of Rusk County. I've been here over 45 years, except for a brief period of about 8 years when we transferred back to West Tennessee. I was asked to go up and see if I could revive a failing operation up there, of which time when I was there, I also wound up managing 2 other operations, one in Utah and one in Georgia. So actually, I was just a part-time resident in West Tennessee while I was there, and in 1996, it became apparent that time for us to come back to Texas, and we had the opportunity to transfer him back to the Henderson location, of which I continued employment until 2001, taking retirement in July of 2001. When I retired, I thought I was going to be a consultant, continuing in operations management. However, I considered the fact that I had traveled so much that I'd gotten tired where I hated to get on an airplane, so from that, I fully retired, and we relocated to our lake property down Lake Stryker. We lived for a year and a half down there and found out that was too far to travel to come to the post office each day, and decided to move back to Henderson. And we currently reside at 108 Hillview in Henderson. When I first came in Rusk County, I was a stranger to the county and a stranger of the county to me. I thought that I would adjust real quickly, and I thought that I would be accepted and trusted real quickly, but I found that you have to earn the trust as you move into a new location. And it was only through the leadership and organizational skills that I was demonstrated that I was able to earn the trust of Rusk County. And now I believe I am accepted resident of Rusk County, and I thank each of you that did vote for me in election 2011. And I'm asking your vote to reelect me to the Justice of Peace Precinct 5 again this coming March 4 primary. I've definitely enjoyed the time I've spent in this office. It's somewhat of adjustment from the executive management of the accountability that I had, where I was accountable for multi-million-dollar budgets and operations, as well as up to 1,500 employees at a time. However, it is consulting to be able to serve the public and to be able to help the public any way I possibly can. The office has always been a friendly working atmosphere office, as best I could tell. And when I came into the office in 2011, I was running a campaign of saying I didn't think the office was broken, therefore I didn't think it needed to be fixed. But although anything doesn't necessarily need to be fixed, it always has room for improvement. We have made several improvements during my administration the past 3 years. And one of the biggest improvements I'm most proud of is our ability to install a good business sense collection plan. The office has always had a collection plan, but it was not really organized into being good business. Maybe a person might be owing $20,000 in citations and making a payment of $10 a month. So obviously it's not good business, so he probably is not going to make that payout on that during his lifetime. In late 2011, after realizing that there needed to be improvement in the collection plan, I started reviewing what other cities were doing and what other justice courts were doing in their payment plans, and took some of the payment plans they had and combined them together and then added to and improved them any way I felt I could. That in early 2012, I submitted to Office Courts Administration a plan that we were going to adopt, and asked them for their approval, of which they approved it as being an acceptable plan for us to use. This plan is fully organized and works strictly off of a payment plan application. No one is considered for anything in payments except through that application. I was quoted recently as saying that a person indigent had to lay it out in jail. That's not true. Our payment plan provides for a person that has ability to pay to make payments as planned through state law. If a person does not have the ability to pay and are physically able, they are considered to do community service to be able to offset their fine and fees. If they're determined to be indigent, then they obviously are not going to be able to pay and are physically unable to do community service, then their fine and fees are waived. So I believe my time is about running out. With that, I ask for your vote to re-elect me as Justice Peace Precinct 5. I will consider to serve you in a fair, firm, and consistent manner as I've served the past 3 years. Thank you.
You're listening to the KPXI FM Political Forum. This live program is presented as a public service to the voters of Rusk County. All candidates on the March 4th primary ballot have been invited to speak live on the air. Candidates are not charged any fees for this service, nor is this radio station accepting any commercial sponsorships during this live event. You can watch this event live on our website, easttexastoday.com. Early voting for the March 4th primary election is now underway and continues until February 28th. Voting at the election office is from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. weekdays, and on Saturday, February 22nd from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m., and on Sunday, February 23rd from noon until 5 p.m. Branch early voting will be 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. on the following schedule. February 18th and 19th, County Barn Precinct 4. February 20th and 21st, Mount Enterprise Community Center. February 24th and 25th, Tatum JP No. 2 Old Office. February 27th and 28th, Kilgore Substation. Election Day is March 4th. And our next speaker is candidate for Justice of the Peace, Precinct 5, Johnny Marlon Radcliffe. Mr. Radcliffe, you have 5 minutes.
Good afternoon. I'm Johnny Radcliffe. I'm running for Precinct 5, Justice of the Peace. I have spent 17 years working for the state jail and also with the Sheriff's Department. I have a lot of hours of training that will benefit me in this job. I believe in taking care of our county and helping the people of our county. I believe that some people in this county has a hard time just making a living. When you get a ticket that's $270 for running a stop sign, a lot of these people don't make $270 in a week. I do not believe that they understand the fact that they can come up and make payments on that ticket, or they can just come up and pay it. A lot of people will not show up for that ticket, and we end up having to send out a warrant, having them picked up. If they do not show up, they get another $300 to $400 added to them for failing to appear. People cannot afford this. We need to find new ways to come across, instead of them having to pay that ticket, give them some community service. If we put them in jail, they're going to lose their job. If they lose their job, the county's going to be paying for them again. I don't think that everything is wrong, that way things are being done right now, but we do need to step out of the box, find new ways to help the people. There's so many programs out there that we're not using. Also, first-time offenders, drug and alcohol. The people that are having these problems, we can help them instead of just putting them on probation or putting them in jail for 90 days, turn them loose. We have not helped them. We need to have some kind of counseling set up for those people. I would appreciate your vote. Thank you very much.
You're listening to the KPXI FM Political Forum. This live program is presented as a public service to the voters of Rusk County. All candidates on the March 4th primary ballot have been invited to speak live on the air. Candidates are not charged any fees for this service, nor is this radio station accepting any commercial sponsorships during this live event. You can watch this event live on our website, easttexastoday.com. Early voting for the March 4th primary election is now underway and continues until February 28th. Voting at the election office is from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. weekdays, and on Saturday, February 22nd from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m., and on Sunday, February 23rd from noon until 5 p.m. Branch early voting will be 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. on the following schedule: February 18th and 19th, County Barn Precinct 4, February 20th and 21st, Mount Enterprise Community Center, February 24th and 25th, Tatum JP No. 2 Old Office, February 27th and 28th, Kilgore Substation. Election Day is March 4th.